Hey, listeners, it's Fallon here from Changing the Conversation, a podcast by African Leadership in the Mocha Club. This is a fun bonus episode. It's a little shorter than our other episodes, but we wanted to take some time to just explain more in depth who Mocha Club is as an organization, who African Leadership is, and how they kind of work together. So if you're interested in learning more, listen in and you'll get to learn what we're all about as an organization. Who is African Leadership in Mocha Club?
African Leadership in Mocha Club is an organization that has been around for about 20 years. We started in 2000, committed to investing in Africa, really through the lens of education. How do you walk alongside men and women who are locally doing things on their own and might just need a particular skill set to do that better or more effectively? So we walk with the men and women as they develop themselves, and then from that, build thriving and flourishing communities.
Mm-hmm. Will you explain the difference between African Leadership and Mocha Club?
Yeah. The organization officially as a 501c3 is called African Leadership, but we have two different brands that we use to talk about what we do in Africa to very different audiences. So think about it like a car company like Chrysler. Chrysler has many brands. All they do is make cars, but they make cars and they market those to different audiences. They have Jeep, and they market that obviously to a much more adventuresome, rugged kind of community. But they also own Dodge trucks, and then they own Chrysler minivans. I mean, you can get a whole different host of automobiles, but they're targeting an audience very specifically. That's exactly what African Leadership is doing under two different brands. We have a brand of African Leadership, which is targeting a much older, more established crowd. In the African Leadership brand, we really highlight the fact that what we're doing is educating leaders, because it is usually an older audience that can begin to appreciate education at its core as valuable. Mocha Club is a brand that targets a younger audience, the high school, college, and post-college community, the 20-ish, 30-ish crowd, who really wants to know how their gift is making a difference. So the beauty of the way we work in Africa is we spend our time investing in local leaders, men and women who've gotten up every day and said, I care about changing the world, and I'm going to do that here, and I'm going to do that in this manner. But we do that by helping them get the education they need to effectively care for their community. And so we get to invest with them in child trauma healing courses, or we get to help them build water wells or schools, or have a really strong agriculture arm of their orphanage. So we can talk about those things, the tangible ways that we're impacting community, with the Mocha Club audience, and combine the two.
But it all goes back, just like Chrysler makes cars, it all goes back to African Leadership and Mocha Club, educate local leaders.
Yeah, we do.
It's awesome.
We spend our days and our time caring about the men and women who are changing the communities that they live in across the continent.
All right, friends, thanks for tuning in and listening. We hope that you learn more about Mocha Club as an organization and African leadership. And if you have any further questions about how we work both here in the States and in Africa, please let us know. You can leave comments, reviews, and just leave your questions there. But if you haven't tuned into any of our full-length episodes, please do. We have some really interesting conversations both with our partners across the continent of Africa and also conversations with friends and supporters here in the States. And so there's some really fun things to listen to. So hope that you take the time to listen in, and we'll see you soon.